Temple will get the football. And we are underway. That one booted through the back of the end zone. We take a look at our impact players, brought to you by Old Spice. The early part of this season, 3 weeks into the year. And here's King. He's going to lay it off out of the backfield. And a big hit for Jamal Haynes. And just tripped up inside the 40. That's the thing about Haynes. He's a great runner, but he's a very dynamic receiver out of the backfield.
As I mentioned, very, very versatile first play of the game. Let's get
averaging 125 passing yards and 125 rushing yards per game. In the hands of Haynes, and he's tripped up inside the 20. It'll be another first down for the Yellow Jackets. At the 17-yard line, and here's a quarterback to the end zone untouched. Haynes King, his 5th rushing touchdown of the season.
Georgia Tech going down the field, and all hell, Haynes King for the touchdown. Georgia Tech up.
All right, first down. And the keeper by the quarterback, Simon. That's a nice pickup out across the 30. That'll be a gain of 6, maybe close to 7. Going to throw it this time. And the catch is made, and that'll be good enough for a first down. And they give it on the jet sweep to Bermudez, and that's a pretty nice pickup. 3 catches for 72 yards in the win over Clemson. That'll be very close to a first down depending on the spot, and I mean, he's right there from breaking into the top 10 all-time in receiving yards. Third down and a foot, and they run it, and this time it's Malachi Hosley. Boy, they're high on this young man. Was the Ivy League Player of the Year last year from Penn.
Yes, he was. He's stocky. Yeah, 5'10".
Rush for almost 2,300 yards and 17 touchdowns. Back to the air. Perfect strike inside the 30. And then tackled out of bounds. This time they connect with Rivers. A third-team All-American at Florida International. Catch is made by Rutherford. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Malik Rutherford, 24 yards. I thought King was limping a little bit after that play where he slipped.
Move their cleats. Don't have anybody standing still, staring at our offense.
I want to ask you about a term we heard, and there's a good defensive play in the backfield. Right there. Catch is made by the tight end, but then he is smothered, is Peter Clark.
That's Haynes King. Haynes King.
And naturally, he's going to keep it himself on the very next play and run it for close to 8 yards. He's closing in on 300 rushing yards already this season. He only needs 27 more passing yards to get to 7,000 of those in his career. And they'll stay on the ground with Jamal Haynes, and that's good enough for a first down across the 45 to the 47. Put it back in the hands of Jamal Haynes. Crosses midfield into Temple territory. We'll see where they mark it. King, wide open receiver. And the catch is made, and that is good enough for a first down to Bailey Stockton.
No doubt about it. I played at about 305, but Brent Key, he's loving what this group is bringing right now. He said they've been tough. They bring it every day. He talked about Colin Rutgers and how good he has been for them this year, so he's been very excited about that play.
And he should be about that one. That's a young man that Will was talking about earlier. That's Isaiah Canyon, and that is a 37-yard touchdown pass. But they feel like he's finally arrived.
The bodyguards up front did a great job giving Haynes some time. And just an outstanding, beautiful, beautiful throw and catch. It looked like warm-ups.
You're right. give it to Ducker, and that's his best carry of the day. Maybe the answer to a trivia question. Although no more COVID year. That's a nice throw and a nice catch, and he is a load now. That is Peter Clark. Grew up in London, played. Play fake, Bermudez. And he's tackled across the 45-yard line for the first time. Temple into Georgia Tech territory. Under a minute to go here in the opening quarter. All right, so we begin the second quarter, and that'll be a first down carry. Third down and less than a yard, and the Owls able to convert. Inside the 39-yard line, and Ducker going to shift to the right of the quarterback, Simon. Play fake, good protection, now flushed out of the pocket. Simon with a lot of running room. A first down inside the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5, and down at the 4-yard line. What a run by Evan Simon, 34 yards. That's more than double his longest run of the year.
Listen, watch Ducker on this play. He does a great job of running as if he's still getting the route, which looks...
Quarterback keeper throws and denied the end zone. Well, they've not run the ball once since it was first and goal at the 4. Will they run it at the 2? Yes. And a touchdown into the end zone for Jay Ducker. And what a very solid drive that was by the Temple Owls. For Ducker, his second of the year.
That is winning. I don't care what level, where you are, that is winning. And that's what he understands. Hopefully he can do that here.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt about it. That Temple football, which, you know, back 2010 to 2020, they had a lot of good years. Now they've gone 3 straight years where they've won 3 games each season. Coming off an 11-play, 75-yard scoring drive, if they can get a stop. Crossing pattern, and able to keep his feet, but short of the first down is Canyon. So for the Temple Owls, play fake, and now Simon rolling, lays it off, and the catch is made for a first down to Ducker out of the backfield, and that's across the 20.
With his NIL money than a lot of guys do. He said he wanted to inspire kids to read and learn. Tells the story of his life, how he grew up, what he likes to do, and also has 10 questions at the end to help kids with reading comprehension.
Nice pickup on first down. And now going to throw it on second down, or are they? Nope. Another run and another first down. Closing in on a career high for rushing yards in a game is Simon. In fact, he has just matched it.
And usually, so far, he's had a lane to run through, picking the first down.
First down and not much running room there for Therese Worthing. Temple 2 out of 6 on third down. Both coming on their last touchdown scoring drive, spanning 75 yards. Simon looking around, and he'll be sacked all the way back at the 30-yard line. First sack of the game for the Yellow Jackets. Spalding the first one there, number 1. And a 21-7 lead back on the ground. And a nice pickup on first down by Malachi Hosley.
So, it was pretty cool. It was against the Raiders.
Yeah, I think there's less than a handful of guys that have ever done that in the history of the NFL. This will be third down and forever. All right, first down, and a nice solid pickup on first down by Ducker. He had the touchdown run. So a second down and 5. Quarterback going to dump it off. And that is just a great play. Made in the open field right.
Temple does a great job holding on and not making many mistakes outside of what happened on special teams.
Still dancing around is Eric Rivers. I mean, this looked like it was going to be a boat race early on. out of the backfield in a swarming defense by the Owls. Well done, and that's a loss of 5 on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 10. There's Stewart right there. He went in to make sure he was run out of bounds and not sure what happened. Oh, maybe on the neck there. Will they run another play? Yes, they do on 3rd down. And King is sacked, and I would imagine we get a timeout here.
And look who it is.
That'll take us the 2-minute timeout. Loss at 9. They're going to run it. And Ducker's still on his feet. And he's pushed forward across the 40 to the 41-yard line. With Holloway at the bottom of your screen. They're looking at Holloway. I thought they were. They cleared out. Staying in bounds rather than getting out of bounds is Worthy. And he's just short of a 1st down by maybe about. Well, you got to run this, don't you? You have to run it. Yeah, they're going to run it, and they get the 1st down. Every time they run it on 3rd down, they pick up the 1st down in that punt return in the opening half. All right, here we go. Haynes King gets things started here in the 2nd half. Completion to the backup. Pay once, watch forever. Ball is loose. And who has the football? The Temple Owls say they have it because they do. Stewart, who was injured in the opening half, comes on the football, and Haynes King has coughed it up to start this 2nd stanza.
For Temple football, just manhandle the football right there. You see the zone read, the read option, and just the ball slips out of his hands. Eric Stewart does a great job sliding and cradling the football. Now, Temple is in great position to capitalize on this.
Yeah, the ball just shot out. So now it's 2nd down and 7. A play faking. Wide open down the middle of the field, and it's a touchdown to JoJo Bermudez. And don't look now, but the Temple Owls are very much alive in Atlanta.
This is what you do when turnovers turn into touchdowns. There you go. Great job, Temple. Down 14-21.
40 when this season began. 1st down, Jamal Haynes. And he'll pick up as he shoved forward. That may turn into about a 4-yard run. 2nd down coming up. After they looked unstoppable. And here's Haynes. He nearly broke that for a touchdown. Was tripped up. He's into Temple territory. Oh, no, they're going to say it's at the 48. Yeah, we'll tell you about that. We've alluded to it a couple of times already. But after that 15-yard penalty, back on the ground and bouncing it to the outside is Hosley. He's looking for the end zone and got there. And Georgia Tech needed that. A 34-yard touchdown scamper by Malachi Hosley.
You see why he was the player of the year at the Ivy League. Georgia Tech up 28-14.
Yeah, only 4 plays, 75 yards, aided by that face mask penalty, but had a couple of big plays on it. And shifting gears, it's Worthy and just nowhere to go. How about the Yellow Jackets swarming defensively there? Huge loss. First down, King looking, he was looking for the home run ball, and now he's in trouble and sacked from behind. And able to run him down there is Sekou Kromah. Off a rushing total. They do not do that in the pro game. Underthrown, and it's 3 and out. And how about that? They're able to convert on 3rd down and 10. And that's Bermudez out across the 20 up to the 22-yard line. A gain of 19.
Yeah, it was the first play of the game.
Yeah, why not run it more and more? I mean, if something works. Nowhere to go for Worthy trying to turn the corner. Or I beg your pardon, that was Ducker, not Worthy. Good play by the big fella. Not far. Protection breaking down, and Simon has to eat it. He picks up a yard. That will not officially be a sack. 19-yard line. The bottom of your screen. He's open, but they couldn't get him the ball. And that'll be a sack. Triplett again is there. He was all over that series defensively.
You can see them coming off the edge right there, and Triplett comes right down the middle, stepping right.
But they have not been the same team on offense.
Correct.
And whether or not it has anything to do with the injury or not, we might know after the game. We certainly will not know before the game. Big carry by Jamal Haynes. He will go down in the top 7 or 8 all time at Georgia Tech. And now he cuts it back the other way, and he's off to the races. And he's into the open field, the 30, the 20, the 10. Run out of bounds inside the 10, first and goal, Georgia Tech.
Yeah, this is the play. This is the dynamic playmaking type of running back. Burst and balance that he has. The former receiver, now running back, does a good job there getting back. You see, yeah, Haynes, he's your prototypical running back, man, that you want.
Snap bobbled. Haynes King just plows forward inside the 5, down to the 3, second down and goal.
And just haven't been playing up to their potential, man. There are tough times going on in Clemson.
You got that right. And plowing into the end zone is Hosley. So that opens back up a big-time lead for Georgia Tech. Going to go back up by 21 where they were at the end of the opening quarter.
Yeah, you see this offensive line.
Temple down 21, but you wouldn't count them out quite yet. Colin Chase with a reception. Well, there's so many number of states that just have such great high school football. Lots of running room here for Simon. That'll be a first down. Slides his way up to the 43-yard line. I mean, right here in Georgia. Quarterback going to keep it, and he will get the first down. He has run the ball very well today. In fact, a career best day running the football for Simon. Haynes has rushed 10 carries for 110 yards. You saw that 47-yarder a minute ago there. First down now for Temple, and running room again for Simon. And he picks up 7, maybe 8, depending on the spot. Played in the NFL for the Chiefs, the Lions, and the Dallas Cowboys. Bermudez.
All right, they're going for a fourth down here, Tommy. Let's do this.
Here we go. Quarterback going to keep it, and I think he got there. Good enough for a first down. You know, we're talking about Palmer. He played under Bruce Arians there. Teddy Dosa running the football now. He's yelling at somebody over there. I don't know who he's yelling at. Malik Rutherford with a carry.
You know, you can't do this. You got to do all the things possible to make that rep count. So in that situation there, if he's not getting much player time, then you can't jump off sides like that.
Well, that's a great saying. It's Stockton, and then a late flag comes in. It might have been a face mask here.
Easy call for the refs.
All right, so an automatic first down, and a little trickery here as they try the end around. Jamal Haynes, and he will be denied first down yardage. That was a third down and 3, and he didn't get there. Man, 55-yarder, game winner. That tied a school record. And look at this. He just does sneak that one in from 31 yards out. Temple blown out of the gym last week in Oklahoma. And they have hung in there here today, thanks in large part to that right there, the running of their quarterback, Simon. Going to throw it on third down. And they lay it off out of the backfield, and what a tackle in open space. Depending on his spot, he looked to be short. Imagine the quarterback, well, he's going to hand it off, and it is a first down. Ducker, and he's off to the races. Cross midfield, inside the 35, the 30, down to the 23-yard line. Biggest run of the day.
Yeah, the Dope Walker watch list. Jay Ducker just gets off field. He's still playing today, right? He's still excited. He's still making plays.
Well, they'll keep it on the ground. Very short gain there. Third down and 10. They give it to Ducker. And he is stood up right there by Melvin Jordan IV. Of course, we still carry many of their games right here on the CW. This will be a 41-yard field goal try by Harden, and it is right down the middle. Good. For passing yards, he broke Trevor Lawrence's record.
That's incredible.
13,922 yards. And he hands it off naturally. Gordon on the first play, he touches the ball, goes the distance. 47 yards. Sophomore Traylon Maddox, who's been hurt.
I mean, if you look, he looks just like Haynes on this run right here. Gets up the field, makes a great move, and just, I mean, here's the thing. We call this here. We call it.
For Oregon State against UNLV. Big carry up to the 40-yard line, but went to Oregon State. Started the majority of the games last year for the Beavers, but they were just shorthanded as the season went on. You saw it week by week by week. They hung in there for a while and then really faded down the stretch. They do play Clemson. It's not to say that everybody else is a pushover in the league, because and Brent Key would be the first to tell you, if you weren't with us earlier, about the stat we gave you. You know, it just goes to show you.
Who was on the academic honor roll, got up the field showing his burst that he shows on special teams as well.
That's brought to you by the Wells Fargo Active Cash Credit Card. Be a 2%er. Earn unlimited 2% cash rewards on purchases. Terms apply. And again, to repeat in case you missed it about Dalen Gordon. He's going to keep it on the ground. And then bouncing it to the outside is Hunter Smith. His first year in the conference last year. And it looks like they got enough for a first down. Big hit late on the receiver there, but it will be a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the ball.
Coach Key mentioned, he said, I'm going to come up to him after the game just to talk to him, because I want to get some of his wisdom.
Yep. This is complete. And if it's enough for a first down, they're going to spend another timeout. No, they're going to reset the ball. And he's rolling, looking, and it is a touchdown pass into the end zone. Xavier Irvin with the touchdown. You know, some of the guys coming off the bench and doing well. Final score 45-24 for Will Blackman, Wes Bryant, our entire crew. Tom Brenneman, thanks for watching. Off to Belmont Park, New York for the PBR Team Series. Good night from Atlanta.